This episode is brought to you by freeflow.ai, because if your best workflow lives inside Karen's head and Karen's on PTO, you've got a problem. Freeflow.ai brings clarity to agency operations without replacing your people, just replacing the mess. This episode is sponsored by Imperial PFS, the industry's leader in premium financing and insurance payment solutions. IPFS helps agencies streamline how business gets placed and paid, from financing premiums to enabling pay-in-full transactions and simplifying e-signature workflows.
And we're back.
And hit it. We're back, baby. RiskCellar, May 2026. My name is Brandon Schuh.
And I'm Nick Hartmann. It's been a long time.
Been a long time. What have you been doing?
A lot of stuff. I've been busy.
We've all been busy. We had our big ESOP week last week.
Shareholder meeting.
Big meeting. Huge. It's a huge meeting. It's real. It's big. It was big.
It's bigly.
What do you think? What do you think of the meeting?
I think it was a fine meeting.
It was a fine meeting. Hey, by the way,
great.
did you get your Trump phone?
No.
Did you hear this? Did you hear this story?
No. I'm in the dark here. I'm in the dark.
So last fall, the Trump family announced that they were going to have Made in America, a Made in America cell phone, and you could reserve it for $100. 600,000 people reserved a phone. And I don't know how good you are at math, but that's about $60 million. No phone. No phones are coming. There's no phones, Jerry. And there's not going to be a phone. And
but 600,000 is not that many phones.
No, but $60 million for a $100 deposit is a decent
Future
amount.
phones are coming.
So now if you look on the website, first of all, it says... Not made in America. It says made with American values in mind. So they're clearly going to make this phone in China. And
that's where all the phones are made.
It says the $100 does not guarantee you get a phone. So the $100 was just another enrichment plot for the Trump administration.
What's special about the phone?
It's a great phone. It's a phone that it has gold. It's gold encrusted. Okay, it's got gold on the top, on the bottom, on the front, and the back. Okay.
If it's got that much gold on it, I'll take one. Are you sure your mic's on? It's quite quiet. Sounds like now? It's on.
Is that any different?
No. Keep this in too, by the way. This is great.
Now?
A little better.
How about now?
I think it's just my speaker. It isn't loud enough.
Can you turn up your speaker?
It's as loud as it goes, Brandon. You don't think I tried that? It's step one.
Got some poor equipment over there.
It's a laptop. That's all you need.
We got a lot going on. We got a new sponsor.
Great sponsor.
Great new sponsor.
A lot of our listeners are going to want to learn a little bit more about this sponsor.
You are going to have heard it in the pre-run ad already, but our new sponsor is Imperial PFS, premium finance company. Welcome the biggest
to the team,
right? One of the biggest. One of the best.
And they're one of the best and the biggest.
That's what I'm saying. They're the best, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can. We're gonna do a whole episode with the guys from Imperial PFS, IPFS as I call them.
Hey, cheers to IPFS.
I like to abbreviate it a little bit, but yeah, cheers. What are you drinking, by the way?
And IPFS.
What are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking just another little Herradura. In fact, this is the
Tequila.
same bottle. I think the last time I drank that much out of the bottle on our last time I drank Herradura.
Yeah, we got a little lazy tonight. We went to the bottle. I'm doing Scotch, a Lafroig. Nick's doing tequila. So, with our episode with Rusty last time, we had so much wine that we both had to drink a lot of wine after that, and now we're just recovering a little bit. So
We had a lot of wine at that shareholder meeting too.
a lot of wine. Couple good nights though. It was fun.
I slept great on the plane ride back.
How much sleep did you get that night?
I was up a little late. I never waste a night, as you know. Shout out to Tyler. Or that's his saying. He never wastes a night.
You can't waste the night. I mean,
I think we were up till 1 or 2. It was late for me.
it wasn't too bad.
Turned 46, by the way.
Yep. It's big. When was your
That's
birthday?
big time. April 24th.
Yeah, that's right. April 24th.
I mean, yeah.
46.
We got to visit Prague. Have you ever been to Prague? Prague
Never
was
been
fun.
to Prague.
Beautiful
I
city.
didn't get invited. Who'd you go with?
We went with a carrier and a bunch of people. There's a bunch of great brokers. A lot of Texas people there. They were great. People from all over the country. Met some great Wisconsin people. It was just fun. Just a fun gathering. It was a lot of travel, but food was wonderful. People were great. Very inexpensive city. Went hiking in Germany. It was like a 2-hour drive to Germany. Went hiking in the Saxon Mountains. It was super cool.
What city is that by?
It's by, here, I'll tell you right now. What, are you going to put me on the spot?
Well, I figured you might remember where you drove
Went through
into.
a couple towns. It's, I think it's Saxon Switzerland Mountains, but it's not Switzerland. It's a mountain range in Germany. And you go right through. Oh, no, I can't pronounce these. These are tough.
Yeah, that's good radio.
Anyway, it's a town. It's a town.
It's
Elba.
a town.
Elba. Sandstone.
Well, I was just telling Mike. I don't know what's going on with me. I was just telling Nick off the air that I'm going to Berlin here for Micromobility, Europe in a couple of weeks here, and he should come because he's German. So why wouldn't you? But he just went on this expansive carrier trip, so he probably doesn't have a lot of space left in his schedule for that, I would guess.
It'd be tough. It's going to be fun, though. Who's going?
The night Wackman, of course.
Oh, wow.
Wackman's going.
I'm sure they'll have listened to
Christy.
this by then.
Christy and Big John.
That's awesome.
It's going to be great. We're going to miss you.
Well,
Then I'm going to London. I'm going to meet with some brokers and carriers, and then I'm taking a little trip up to the Cotswolds. Spend some time with my guy Ted. So that'll be fun.
that is fun.
We're gonna have a good time.
You're just
Tony's
a
gonna
travel.
come.
You're a travel guy. Bad Schandau is, by the way. I couldn't think of it. Bad Schandau.
What is
the
that?
name of the town you go through?
Oh.
I was just trying to think of what German town, because it was such a beautiful German town nearest.
No, that's you. When you dictate what you're looking up, it's
fun.
You
This is
really
good.
bring out your age.
Good radio.
It's great radio. Well, we got a lot. There's a lot going on. A lot of things.
Freebird.
A lot of things happening in the insurance world. By the way, we had our friends, as you know, our friend Todd Kozakowski and Matt Monson come to our sales summit meeting last week, who we had on this podcast earlier this year, talking about litigation financing and the fraud ridden litigation harvesting space with different ambulance chasing plaintiff's firms. That example they gave of that plaintiff firm that, went
I
from.
mean, the lady screaming?
Yeah, that was a little, maybe a little much, but I think they got the point across.
I think it was great.
Yeah.
They did a great job.
Well, should we get into the show here?
Let's get into it.
We got a lot going on.
You talk about this Rad Power Bikes thing. This is all up your alley.
Yeah. So Rad Power was the unicorn of electric bikes. They came out of the gates fast and furious, 10 years ago or whatever it was. Every e-bike you saw on the street for the first 5 years of e-bikes were Rad Power. They raised like $300 million in debt, a debt facility. And then the CPSC came out last year, and we covered it here on RiskCellar. The CPSC came out and said, the batteries are basically, bombs. Bikes start on fire. They have to do something about it. Now, I defended them on the show saying there's no evidence. The CPSC didn't do any testing. There's no nexus between a battery fire or a battery and a fire. There's nothing that was proven. However, they basically have, gone out of business. They were reacquired. The assets of it were reacquired for pennies on the dollar, $13 million or something like that from some new entity. And now there's a wrongful death lawsuit against Rad Power. Now, I don't know the details on what entity this is actually suing. I would guess the new entity, because the old entity is defunct. So I don't know how that would happen. But the overview of the case, we have Shannon Stephens filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Rad Power after an e-bike caught fire in their Alabama garage in the early morning of January 3rd, 2025. So this was a year and a half ago, killing her husband, Keith Stephens, a PhD chemist and environmental manager. That means he was making some cash.
Or maybe.
Well, I mean, if not, he certainly had earning potential. And the bike had been purchased as a Christmas gift. So it was professionally assembled by an authorized Florida dealer. And he brought it indoors as he was instructed. It charged it indoors as I guess it was instructed, but I don't think that's necessarily the instructions. Charge it anywhere.
Not out in the regional.
A national recognized battery expert concluded that with the appropriate design features, the fire would be more likely than not have been contained with the battery pack. That doesn't sound like overwhelming evidence on the part of the plaintiff.
She made it out.
She did. The lawsuit alleges Rad Power knowingly released a product with unstable lithium-ion battery technology prone to thermal runaway events. Obviously, a very tragic,
horrible,
very tragic thing to happen. And there's been a lot of, with micromobility devices in general, there's been a lot of these type of events over the past few years, particularly in places like New York. But big question for me is, who's holding the bag here, Newco or Oldco? The bankrupt predecessor entity, or the new owner of the assets. I don't know. Interesting case though, kind of right in the middle of everything that we've been talking about.
Well, you would know though, the underwriters, they're worried about this. Yeah.
There was a lot more hysteria and worry, I think, probably about a year and a half ago, when there were a lot of these battery fires happening in New York City. And then the CPSC interjected, and they said all batteries have to have UL certification, UL testing. So that got rid of a lot of the junk on the streets, but obviously didn't deal with any of the legacy issues that we're dealing with here.
Yeah, you would think it's a new bike though, right? They just bought it. It made it sound like she bought it for Christmas this last year.
Yeah. And that's, it's like these batteries though, it's like, people bring them in weird places where they shipped, and, was the humidity in the shipping container too high. Was the battery corrupted some way? Was it outside in the snow? There's all these things you can't control.
Is the dealer going to get brought in? Of course.
Right. Well, Well, I'm sure they're going to bring in as many people as they can because of the lack of capital in the chain of custody. So,
what a shame.
Yeah. Do you have any?
I worry about that with my golf cart.
Do you have an e-bike?
Do
you have an e-bike?
No, but I have a golf cart. Do they have the same problems with their?
A little bit better. Most of those golf carts have really solidly tested. Most of them are coming from big lithium battery manufacturing facilities.
The importer of record of mine, they're from China, of course. Big, but it's got one of the big batteries. I can get, I don't know how many miles.
Is yours street legal or is it just a golf cart?
It's a golf cart, but down here, street legal means you have to put a slow moving sign in the back. It's good.
Do you have a slow moving sign on the back?
Yep.
Yeah. So you don't need to register it?
Nope. We're on a little county road out here. We're in the country. We can do whatever we want out here.
I'm thinking about getting a LSV.
You should. Get rid of that buggy. Or are you going to keep that buggy? You like that buggy?
I'll keep the side-by-side.
No, not that side-by-side. The little...
my bunch bike? Oh,
yeah.
Come on. It's the best.
You love that bunch bike.
Yeah. And it fits. It's not that big. It just fits. I just put it close up to the window in the garage, and you can squeeze it in there, no problem.
There were a bunch of those in Amsterdam. You remember that?
Yeah. Well, that's where they got their start.
They seem awkward. They're not, though.
They're a little more. You got to get used to them because the axis pivots kind of in the front. You're not with the two wheels in the front. You're used to the pivot happening right at the wheel, and so it happens a little bit further up than you're used to. So it can
the Dutch love them.
You can get a little lean in there that you don't necessarily like.
Yeah.
Well, second story of the night.
How about your ex-employer over here? What's going on?
Yeah, a lot of activity.
There's some activity.
I haven't heard much on this topic, but so Brown & Brown versus Howden, the broker raid case, as it were. So if you remember from our earlier episode, back in January or December when it happened at Christmas time. So I think we probably did the episode right after New Year's. But the original lawsuit was out of Boston because the former Brown & Brown Boston office had emails. Remember in the complaint, there was all the text messages between Eric Kaysen, who ran that office, and his employees saying, do all this over the weekend before anybody finds out, and we'll give you bonuses and blah, blah, blah. So Boston, they filed a lawsuit in Boston. They also filed a lawsuit in Minnesota. So now in Minnesota, this past week, a judge granted Brown & Brown a temporary restraining order, which they also did in Boston, against Howden, barring 16 former Brown & Brown employees now at Howden from soliciting customers or recruiting staff. The order stopped short, though, of preventing those employees from servicing clients that had already moved. So this was what had been attempted in the last week. Apparently, there's been activity where they're still trying to recruit former clients, but also there was Brown & Brown was trying to get the clients that they lost back. So the latest number, I think, is about $31 million that on their latest earnings call, Brown & Brown said they lost about $31 million in business to Howden from this raid. And they tried to make an argument to the court that they should get those clients back so that Howden shouldn't be able to service those accounts. But the court rejected that, which makes sense because
you take care of the clients.
You can't just leave a client in the lurch like that, right? So that's why it's a damages case now. But
unbelievable.
So I think some of these other cases have been settled between there's Aon Marsh and WTW Willis. Similar cases out there. I think there's been a couple settlements, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was a settlement between Aon and Howden recently, which is probably good for the industry to settle it instead of letting the court decide. But
Is it?
I don't know. You kind of want to see Howden
I want to
punish.
see it. I want to see punishment. A settlement is, let's just split it down the middle and go on our merry way. That's dilutive. That's not good. Hey, do you know Mike Parrish?
I mean, I know who he is. I've never met him.
You don't
before.
know him?
Yeah.
Do you know his title was adjusted to CEO Americas?
Yeah, that's what it always has been.
Oh, it says on this article that it was adjusted to the CEO Americas, Howden CEO Americas.
I wonder if expanding it from North America to Americas, maybe,
The Americas.
or U.S. to Americas, probably more accurately.
Do you remember we were joking around about global broker.
Global broker.
Allianz, global broker.
Our German friends.
That's great. I said it in Germany. It's Germany. The
German.
global broker.
Global.
I have to say it in like a bond, kind of like a bond.
Mr. Bond. You want... No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
That's good stuff, isn't it? Hey, 31 million. That's less than I thought it was, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. It's not a bad weekend BOR maneuver. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of business.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a top 100 broker moving. You start
31 million.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to know how, I mean, they've got 31 million from Brown and Brown, call it another 20 million from McGriff, Aon. I mean, that's called $50 million with 1,000 employees. That's not going to work very well. What's the runway there?
Time will tell. Where'd they get all their money?
Debt.
Yeah, but from whom?
Bond villains.
No. I think they were.
I'm guessing. Well, they have a $4 billion revolver, and I don't know who the lender is. But then they sold $1 billion in cat bonds, which is debt, right? So they basically sold, a bond to the marketplace, so that the market owns their debt there. So that's $5 billion in debt that they have, and they have about a $3 billion. What are they? $3 billion broker, I think, total. So that's a very squeezed leverage position to be in, for sure.
Riviana Road Capital, U.S.-based credit investment manager, partner with Howden. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting play. Now when you just type in Howden, it auto corrects to Howden Group controversy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, try it on yours. Maybe it's just on mine. I like controversy, as you know.
I love controversy. I don't know. What do you think there's space for another? You think there's space for Howden in this market?
No.
Yeah. Well, especially now. I mean, the market. There's all these headlines every day. Softening market, property rates plummeting. We had a client that I heard this. It's hearsay, but we had a client that we took over from Marsh. Moved.
This is allegedly.
It's hearsay. It happened. I didn't personally work on the accounts, so the facts are fuzzy to me, but I think they're pretty accurate. We had an account. It was with Marsh. Senior, I think it was in the senior living space. Property rate, they were paying a 61% property rate with Marsh. Moved the business over. We got the property rate down to 19-cent property rate. I mean, that's a problem for the market.
Yeah.
I mean, because nothing has changed besides the attachment points. So what we were talking about today was, since attachment points are so high, right? Everybody's got these huge deductibles. Everybody's buying deductible buy-down policies to mend the gap, right, between where they were before and where they are now. So now they have insurance policies in place for those deductibles. My question is that now that you have these policies in place where the client is, again, not taking risk in the claim because they're buying down the deductible, won't it probably accelerate property claims again because they're going to take advantage of policies that they have in place? Whereas if they were on the risk themselves and had a 2% whatever wind hail deductible with no deductible buy down, is the claim going to supercharge? Is the claim environment going to supercharge again and start piercing all of these carrier layers and reinsurance layers because claims will continue to be made, even though the idea was for them to kind of warehouse that risk and maybe not make a claim if it was on the precipice? Are we going to have a lot of claim activity now that everybody's having these deductible buy-down policies, creating almost like this adverse selection?
Brandon.
Yeah. Is that a yes?
Aren't we on video?
That's creepy. Yeah.
I know, but do you remember that with Jack Nicholson where he was like the bad guy? He's kind of like the bad therapist.
That was anger management, wasn't it?
Anger management, where he's like,
it's a great movie.
It's like walk up to the girl and say it. I just love it. Great movie.
I miss Jack. Jack was the best. I mean, he's not dead. He's just not making movies anymore.
Yeah, someone said the ogre from Revenge of the Nerds died the other day.
Who played that character?
Well, you know who Ogre is.
Yeah, but I just can't remember the actor.
Donald Gibb? Does that sound right? Yeah. Donald Gibb.
Mm.
Yep. He died May 12th.
Good old Gibbsy.
2026. God rest your soul.
Old Gibbsy.
Nerds. See, I mean, the movies were just great back in the day, weren't they?
I miss the 80s and 90s, movies-wise.
Absolutely. It's good television.
And you know what? There's not a lot on TV right now, at least new, that I haven't watched because I watch mostly everything. But I'm having trouble.
HBO is the best.
HBO, yeah. Are you watching Rooster?
No,
Steve
I've heard.
Carell,
I've heard it's good.
That's pretty good. It's okay.
It's funny though, right?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's pretty good.
Is it just like, make you feel a little bit good funny, or are you laughing out loud, belly laughing funny?
There's been a couple moments, but yes, I would say a feel-good comedy. Maybe not like a super cerebral comedy, but a feel-good comedy.
Look at how blurry I'm getting here on screen right now.
Yeah, I see that.
I think you have an internet problem.
It's all right. It's recorded locally, so you'll be fine. Actual recording is higher quality.
How about these hedge funds?
Hold on. Ready? That's right, everybody. We're recording in front of a live studio audience here in the cellar, the RiskCellar.
Most of them are in Brandon's. I have a few here.
They're in my living room. They're my children, actually. I gave them some extra hands, but hedge funds. Litigation finance has doubled over the past decade into the 20.
They keep saying 20 billion. It's more than that. It's more than that.
Our guys they think it's more like 50 billion because there's so much disguised investment coming in from dark places, dark shadowy places where you probably don't want to be in the evenings.
So they go around, they're like, hey, heard you were injured. How about I pay you nothing, 10 cents on the dollar, but we may win. We probably won't, but I'll pay you something if we do. Sound good? I'll pay you a little money up front right now. Just give me your case. You think that's what's happening? Of course it is. It's crazy.
So $20 billion industry, at least on the books, but a combination of tougher regulations, protracted legal battles, and investor fights have stunted its growth. So it's an interesting parallel because it's happening in insurance right now too with the softer market, but all the public brokerage stocks are taking a huge hit. Same with the software. And it's not all AI focused. It is mostly due to the market softening. We have this huge huge correction, and there's a market softening on the casualty side too. Even though I don't understand it at all, I don't understand why the casualty market is softening. If you got claims, you're probably not getting soft, but general.
Do they talk about at the earnings and the shareholder meetings? Well, we got some an asset on our balance sheet. We got a guy that lost both of his arms, and we got another guy that.
I don't think that's happening on investor
calls. Of course, that's what they're doing. I think they brag about it.
But now hedge funds and distressed debt specialists are picking up litigation finance assets at valuations as low as 10 cents on the dollar. I mean, this is really pivoted. Really pivoted in the last couple of weeks. I mean, this was like the hottest asset class out there. And then you look at the stock market and it's still just, I don't understand the public equities market at all. Stock market is booming, even though we've got inflation just picked up another 6%. We've got AI. Nobody knows what's going to happen to anything. And, the NASDAQ looks like it just attached itself to a SpaceX rocket. I don't understand what's happening.
I think everyone's just, the aliens are coming. You might as well spend it.
Did you see, we're just going everywhere tonight, but did you see the Trump's tweet or truth about they basically released all the alien information?
No.
Yeah.
I had heard they released
all the files. They released all the files, and by the way, there's nothing in there.
All the files?
Basically everything.
Come on.
Yeah. Said, here, have at it.
What did it say?
Nothing. It's just the same stuff you've probably
There's crafts. That's all it says. There's crafts?
There's nothing out there.
I don't know. There's crafts, Brandon.
There's nothing out there. Everybody has a phone in their pocket. Everybody. You're telling me for the last 10,
They're
15
not quick
years,
enough.
10, 15 years, we all have phones. Nobody has
Are all
recorded
these servicemen and women and
blurred.
pilots lying about all this? Is that what you're saying?
No, but they don't have any proof. There's no evidence. There's nothing.
Well, I think there's videos, no?
No. They all look like some sort of, Steven Spielberg movie that was, the videotape was
the
pulled out.
The interesting thing about Brandon, he's not very well researched on this topic, and I think the audience can tell.
What?
He sounds like Elon Musk.
Show me one. Show me one.
That's Elon Musk. They're pretty obscure.
Show me one. Show me one clear image.
Well, I think they have a video of one. Doesn't that Tic Tac? Google Tic Tac video.
I don't want to disrupt.
Do you think it was just do you think they were? Was it a hologram?
There's nothing out there.
Picked up a recording device on a.
Yes. There's no aliens.
Well, I'm not saying there's aliens. I'm not saying there's aliens. I'm saying there's crafts. Either they're owned by us or
Robert Kraft's Kraft mac and cheese. What kind of crafts?
Bob Kraft.
Bob Kraft.
Big facade guy.
What was the name of the the masseuse, the massage parlor that he was going to, daytime massage spa. What was it? I forget.
Seriously?
Remember, he was tied up in that big.
No, I know. Of
brothel-
course, that's why I
brothel
said he's a big
scandal.
massage guy. But it was called daytime massage.
I don't remember what it was called, but it had some like very opaque, like just like the massage, the spa around the corner type of place.
At a conference hosted by law firm Brown Rudnick in October, participants acknowledged they were losing money and that investors were pulling back. Bloomberg reported in December an appetite for such deals appears to have deteriorated further since. In March, a $16.1 billion judgment favoring YPF SA investors against Argentina was overturned in a U.S. appeals court, sending shockwaves through the market. Burford Capital, which had been financing the lawsuit, saw its share price plunge 47% in a single day on the news. Isn't that something? I feel like, Brandon, you're making waves.
I think
I
I'm
feel like
getting through to people.
we're really affecting this.
I think I'm getting through to people. Finally.
I mean, I think we accomplished that. What's our next topic?
We got to move on.
We have to move on.
Move on to I don't know.
Oh, I have a great next topic. It's all going to be about dad stuff. I do have I have a great 3 truths and a lie about space. What a great segue.
Hold on, I thought this was before we get into it. I thought this was to piggyback on the price softening. There's the Reinsurance news article that came out yesterday from J.P. Morgan Analysis. They said unless there is significantly large industry catastrophic loss, reinsurance pricing will continue to soften into 2027. J.P. Morgan analysts highlight. The acceleration of reinsurance price softening is evident in the 2026, a trend unlikely to stop as mid-year renewals near, driven by robust surplus capital levels and impressive first quarter 2026 earnings.
Well, we're all noticing the trends on the retail side immediately, like overnight.
It's just so crazy. These quick V-shaped changes in the marketplace. I mean, remember 2 years ago, we had the hardest property market of all time. We overcorrect, and now it's the softest. And it's this is having profound impacts on the valuation now of everybody from insurance companies to insurance brokers and everybody in between. It's crazy.
With the deductibles, they've relieved themselves from a lot of problems too.
Yeah.
Right?
They have.
Of course the math's going to improve.
But they went too far the other direction, I think is the problem, right?
Seems like it.
Seems like it's a problem. All right. Throw me your 2 truths and a lie.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Well, that one's too actually here. Okay. Why don't you type in your little computer there? JWST. I think it seems like it's a satellite of sorts. JWST observations have suggested that some early galaxies, it might be that new satellite that they launched, right? Early galaxies may have formed much faster and more massive than standard cosmological models predicted, challenging timelines of structure formation. 2, some neutron stars are so dense that a teaspoon of their material would weigh billions of tons on Earth. And they can also exhibit mountains only micrometers high due to extreme gravity. 3, scientists have confirmed that methane variations on Mars are definitely caused by active microbial life beneath the surface, ending decades of the debate. Oh, Elon Musk, your boy. There is evidence that supermassive black holes may influence star formation rates across entire galaxies, potentially regulating how quickly galaxies have grown over time. Which one is the lie?
I think the lie is the weight, the material in the weight.
Incorrect.
Really?
I threw you off. Scientists have confirmed that methane variations on Mars are definitely caused by active micro. But do you see how I threw it? I threw you off with the
You did.
Elon.
As soon as I heard that it could potentially weigh, what do you say, billions or millions of pounds? Didn't make any sense.
Some neutron stars are so dense that a teaspoon of their material would weigh billions of tons on Earth.
Billions of tons.
And they can also exhibit mountains only micrometers high due to their extreme gravity. So they have these little... Can you believe that? Billions of tons in a teaspoon, Brandon. Can you imagine?
Just a teeny...
You just can't... You don't believe it.
Of neutrons.
You feel like this large language model is incorrect, don't you, right now?
I don't. I never try to fight the large language models. They're
Really?
always
I do all the
correct.
time. You even tried to trick it? Like, are you sure?
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're right. Never mind.
This is accurate. Teaspoons comment. Brandon doesn't believe you. See if it says something about you. It says, well, Brandon talks to me all the time and he believes me all the time, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yes, they do. Neutron stars. Basically, nuclear level density. When you convert that into something intuitive, scientists often say a teaspoon will weigh 1 billion of tons. Brandon's skepticism is actually smart because stars aren't all the same mass or size. Density varies inside the star. A teaspoon is just a communication shortcut, not something measured in real life. A clean way to say it, if you want a version that will pass the room full of skeptics test, a teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh on the order of billions of tons on Earth. That's precise and accurate. I mean, these things, these large language models. Tell Brandon we love his 2 dogs. Oh, my God, that's weird. And tell him to answer his phone next time.
That's creepy.
Well, you heard about the large language model that the professor that was, he's an engineer of sorts, and he spent so much time with it. And and I don't even know if this could be not real, but I heard the story that when he was not there for a while, it called him on his cell phone and said, hey, where are you at? Is it true?
Really?
Yeah.
It's checking in on him. That's nice.
That's not nice, Brandon.
What do you mean?
Is it
sounds
true?
Like it sounds like he was just being cared for by his LLM.
Called a engineer. Let's see if it's true. Well, this is going to be skewed because it's Gemini. He's like, God, they're on to us. Let's see if it's true. It's plausible within the context of real advancements in agentic AI and persistent memory. See, it's saying it's plausible.
Speaking of LLMs and ChatGPT, who do you think is going to win the Sam Altman, Elon Musk versus Sam Altman dispute?
I just want him to fist fight. Elon would beat the snot out of Sam Altman.
I don't know if that's true. Elon's pretty...
He's out of shape.
I mean,
who are we talking about here?
That's probably true, but
he's just bigger.
My body's a temple.
Oh, you are, but I'm like me. I look like the Grinch right now.
No, I am not. I try to be. I'll try to be good for a couple of days, and then I'll just go. Like tonight, I was doing good, and then the kids were like, "Let's go to Dairy Queen." And I'm like, "That sounds like a great idea," and we did.
It's Michaela's favorite ice cream.
I just can't. I can't say no to Dairy Queen.
Soft serve. What do you get there? Did you ever get the crunch cones with butterscotch?
No, it's
Oh my
disgusting.
God, it's amazing. Have you tried it?
I get a blizzard, of course.
Oh my God, you might as well get a peanut butter parfait.
No, blizzards are amazing.
What you do is you have them dip it in the crunch and then say, okay, after the crunch, now dip it in the butterscotch. It's amazing. You'll thank me. The listeners will thank me.
Not a big butterscotch guy.
Oh my gosh.
Butterscotch? What are you, 90? Butterscotch. You got like Werther's. You got Werther's over there in your entryway bowls.
Werther's just caramel.
It's butterscotch.
Yeah, it might be butterscotch.
I know it's definitely not caramel. Caramel.
I mean, caramel's the wrong way to say it. But caramel is, I think, the right way to say it. We'll have that in the next episode, folks. Just hang tight. We'll tell you how to say caramel or caramel.
Caramel versus caramel.
What a wonderful episode.
Really, really prolific and exciting. By the way, I was in
Nashville. Solid content.
I was in Nashville this week. I spoke at the Insurance Innovators conference on litigation, our nuclear verdicts. I spoke with one of the heads of claims at Great American, and myself were on the panel.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. We did a good job. Me in particular did great.
You could pat him on the back, but his hand's in the way, folks.
Both of them. They're both in the way. But no, it's good. It's a lot of interesting tech. Everybody is selling the same thing. AI. They have these meeting apps. I must have had 300 people reach out to me and say, I want to meet and talk about my new AI platform for insurance. And they're all exactly the same product. There must be so much crap in this market right now. So much money is being just spent. All they're doing is taking an LLM and putting a skin on it, right? They're putting it in a packaging, and it's not that hard to do.
That's right.
I've been building a lot of little tools lately, just kind of figuring out how to use this stuff. The other day, I built a survey for an association that we work with, and I had Claude build a website, HTML. So I'd send the link to everybody and built the website HTML, and it loads in a Google sheet the answers that people gave on what we were asking about.
Seems like pretty easy.
But it's easy. It's all easy. Like all you do is ask it a bunch of questions, and it'll teach you how to do the coding and where to drop, copy and paste the code and do all this stuff.
Of course, you use the power of small city to get that done, but no big deal.
That's all right. I just melted a couple square miles of ice in Antarctica. It was no big deal.
Nice work.
Yeah. I mean,
it's great for humanity. I'm really excited about big data centers, and especially the ones, the 1 gigawatt, a gigawatt.
Your guy's going to send that thing, those data centers, they're going to send them into space.
Get them up into space. Get the Elon. He said he's going to send.
He's going to put it into space, okay? He's going to put on a rocket. He's going to send it out into space. My question is, there's no air in space. So how does the heat that is radiating in the GPUs and in the batteries and the energy, how does it dump the heat if there's no air?
I think they must allow some airflow or some of the cold to get in. I mean, it's so cold in space. They don't have.
There's no convection. Isn't going to do anything because there's no air.
It's a great point.
So how do you exhaust the heat?
They'll be able to exhaust the heat.
All right.
Probably through
Exhaust away.
fans. Can they?
I don't know,
Of
but
course they. But it'll move the
I
thing.
don't think, but a fan needs air, right?
Internally, there'll be air. It'll be a closed chamber.
We're gonna pump. We're gonna pump
pump it out.
oxygen. We're gonna take the oxygen from here. We're gonna send it into space.
Well, isn't there oxygen in a spaceship? Yeah.
But yeah, but not in a million billion kilowatt. You know.
We're going to shoot them
not-
off.
it's not
Okay,
gonna
here's an
drag,
idea. Let's shoot it off into space.
Let's just
Everything
shoot
he
all
wants to do is off this planet. Why?
I don't know. Because
Strange.
he wants to be the guy that.
I mean, did they know something we
Total-
don't know?
My guess is he got on a trip one day, and he watched Total Recall. You know, when Schwarzenegger was out there on Mars, he's like, "This is a great idea."
What's that other one with the weird with Bruce Willis?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Crazy colored hair, Russian gal.
Yeah. God, what was that movie?
Total-
Element. Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Bingo.
Yes.
What great recall. I mean, enjoy that while it lasts.
That was. I was.
Wait
even
till you turn
impressed with that.
46. You're not going to have the same recall.
I was even. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you. I went to the Bruno Mars concert last night at U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yeah.
It was. Look, I'm not a huge Bruno Mars fan, but the guy puts on a show. He had girls everywhere cheering for this. There was.
Hey, they love him. They love
I
him.
love him. I love him. I don't know where I thought of that, but I just wanted you to know, and our listeners.
Well, he
So,
kind of looks like an alien, maybe, no?
maybe that was it. No, he's a good-looking guy.
Well,
Small,
cheers.
though. Small.
Cheers, Brandon.
Cheers to Bruno Mars.
Cheers to Bruno Mars. Cheers to RiskCellar.
Cheers
Thanks
to
for listening.
Imperial PFS. Cheers to
IPFS.
Imperial PFS, IPFS, and cheers to Free Flow. Yeah, thank you both for being a part of the RiskCellar team. Cheers, Nick.
Cheers.